Latest gossip is they want me to sell without it going to media, any type of social media. They just want a simple website and for me to sell. They don't comprehend that I paid into their B Club over the course of 16 years with non payment. I paid into that. I think Kim K did the same. But she got through and I didn't. What was the difference? I was celibate. So I'm looking at the men and, I'm saying, so I have to give you something so I can get my credits. And they said, yeah. And I said, I'm a mother. That's the only reason why. And there's another reason. The part of the union is I'm an outsider. Like most of these guys are specialized people from very young. So I turned around and said, I'm glad you got excited and you flew 18 hours or 13 hours from Turkey or wherever the hell you came from. But you have to understand my perspective. It's bigger than that. I can't just make a regular web page and sell a book because there's two problems. The first one is Trouville. You surrounded me with a fake city. So who am I selling to? With your anti-woman tactics in the vicinity. So who am I selling to? That falls under corporate interference. The second thing is I died. I actually died where it's clinical dead and survived all that. There's a reason this story is happening. I need the media portion. How am I supposed to continue without it? And it took years to calm down because I was flying at one particular point with whatever UFT gave me. And that's like their secretive medical areas, or it was foreign inside UFT. So the language is very foul. And you have to understand, foreign is not accustomed to that. They're very mechanical and proper, and they orderly by the guys at the top. Thank God, a couple of things. I was a woman on the outside looking in. Because if I was a man, I would have been killed. Thank God everything I wrote was so shocking it mesmerized them to kind of back away. And thank God I messaged Geneva. But I didn't do that to ask for Geneva's help. I did it to let them know, there's something funny. Keep an eye. Because police didn't clue in, and RCMP didn't clue in, and military didn't clue in. I messaged Geneva. If I didn't do any of those, I would have been dead. I already died, but I would have been dead. So we're trying to now do what they say, just put a simple web page and buy the book. The problem is, this is how dirty it is. On account of the Sun collection, they killed a lot of Americans and Canadians. It's probably going to be the biggest memorial in history. I think it outdid World War I and World War II if we look into the 25-year period of the 19 clusters. And after 9/11, so many of them were linked to Hanna. Even Ukraine's linked to Hanna because she was inside the Ukrainian church. It's a true story. Every time one step is taken, it's a whoa. But you're probably not going to want to listen to any of this anymore because there's 1,500 sites. You want to turn it around and look at the money component. So this is where I'm kind of negotiating with foreigners, or, we'll give you a couple of days of labor, but release our funds. We'll maybe make Thursdays and Fridays your labor days. Release our funds so we can do the exhibit and the movie. We could do both. But they want that goddess to fly over that mountain and land on that fucking soldier's cock. Hanna lost all properness. I can see this happening to Christ. I swear to you. They want that goddess to fly over that mount, that special sensitive, and make their toes curl. You know, how many women did you friggin' injure? We don't give a shit about a fucking goddess. You know, they can go sell lipstick. Hanna became foul. She wants only to be remembered as when she was classy. Because this is what happens when you're only with men. And that's all you see, delirious men. You're delirious, they're delirious, and you're rolling in a haystack. But we're trying to negotiate. And if it turns in Hanna's favor, the deal is done. Everything's going to start completely moving slow. We just got to be very green in the vicinity because after 9/11, they want only laborers and people locked up. We're not friggin' animals. You have to go back to your countries then. Yeah, but they threw us out of our countries. Well, you know, as you brag about how I'm just a worker, maybe you were just workers and you overdid Singapore and all of that, Beijing. And it was just a nice place and Jews got envious and moved in and threw you guys out. We don't want to live like that. We're not sustainable enough. What England tried to do over the course of 1,000 years, you did overnight. And there was a problem. It was too criminal. You hurt too many people. So let's cross our fingers. And if they release our fundings, we can do part 2. Because you guys are too over the hill. Another interesting fact.